Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session on financial planning. And this session is actually tailored for those of you in your 20s. Now, at this age, if you are laying the groundwork for your future financial stability, it is going to be really good, and you can do it in a much better way because you are getting a lot of time and you're getting a lot of time for compounding your money. And if you're giving more time to money, you will get more rich and you will get that effect of compounding. If you see Warren Buffett, why he is rich is because he is living longer. Okay, so this is the time when the decisions you make can either set you up for success or cause unnecessary struggles down the line. So you need to choose a path with consistency, with discipline, and with proper investment. And let's try to understand things, and let's break down practical strategies that is actually going to help you to manage your finance effectively, ensuring you not only survive but thrive financially. See, this is what we were not aware of, or no one was there to tell us in our 20s, and it took a lot of time and a lot of experience and a lot of losses to understand these things. So I thought of sharing it with all of you so that it will actually help you in your 20s. When you know these rules and things, it is going to help you a lot. So let me share the PPT. With that, we can explain. Okay, so guys, now why we need to start early? That's the first question. So the most valuable asset you have in your 20s is actually the time, as I've told you just before. It takes time for money to grow. And you give time to money, it will grow rapidly, it will compound like anything, and it will be in your favor. So even if you start small, that's okay. But thing is that you need to start and you need to build that habit. You need to keep investing, you need to keep saving, you need to do it with discipline, consistency. So that consistency need to be there, and the consistent investment that you're going to start today can grow exponentially. It may go like this for maybe 5-10 years, and it will take like this. That's where you will understand the power of compounding. Okay, for example, if you commit to an SIP of just 5,000. Okay, so you're going to start with 5,000. If you have more salary, that you can plan like that, but I'm talking about a very simple small investment which is something anyone can do in their 20s. I'm talking about just 5,000. Okay, and with an annual increase of, let's say, 6 to 7%. uh, I'm talking about normal inflation. That's what, 6 to 7%. Okay, so GDP is also growing that way. Inflation is also that way. So I'm talking about that percentage. So 5,000 is what you're investing. So 5% or 7% or 6% increase next year, which means 5,300 next year. Another 6% a third year. Okay, so that means 650. Okay, in the next year. So 12 months 5,000, then next 12 months 5,300, then next 12 months 5,350. Like that, you keep on increasing that 6 to 7%. And if you get more income, you can change based on that also. This, over a period of 30 years, if you're doing this, this will make 20 crores. Yes, you heard it right. You are investing just 5,000. And if not for you, at least you are building wealth for your future generation. 30 years, you are getting a very good retirement corpus. And you can keep on withdrawing from that. Still, that corpus will be left over there. Then you can go for systematic withdrawal plan after 30 years. So by 50s, things are set. Okay, so that is going to grow like 20 crores. So that's the power of compounding. So this is what people mostly underestimate. But small contributions will, compound if you give time. So money need time to grow. So start investing now, because the earlier you begin, the more your money can work for you over a long period of time. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic, income and expense management. Okay, so guys, let's start with the basics. That's about your income and expenses. Now, it's very easy to become focused solely on what you earn while neglecting how much you spend and on what. So the skill, if you have, you will earn, or if you have a job, you will earn. But the problem is with the spending, right? The A key step is to track all your monthly expenses, from essentials like rent and groceries to discretionary spending such as entertainment, buying phones, and other things, etc. So we need to keep a track on that, in because you are not earning too much and you are spending from the earning that you have. So that's why you need to keep a track on that. If you are getting money from the money which you have saved, then you can spend. Okay, so basically, spending on entertainment should be done from the money which you made by using the money you earned. In that case, it's absolutely fine and good. Okay, so in one real life example, a young professional, let's say X, okay, managed to balance her expenses with her income by carefully budgeting and understanding her needs. That person, if she can save and if she can invest, that is actually going to be good. Otherwise, if it is going equal, that's not going to do anything, because you won't have any emergency fund and you don't know what something happens in future. It is going to be very good. So this kind of mindfulness ensures that you live within your means and can allocate funds towards savings and investment. So you need to budget. You need to understand what is incoming and what is outgoing, what you are spending, and what is the priority of spending and anything. Use the credit cards wisely, which I have discussed in one of the previous video. Always try to use the credit card, but not to create make debt, but to get the points and get better lifestyle. Okay, so that's something which you can do, and over a period of time, you can develop a habit of savings and investment. Now, this is again very important. Building an emergency fund is a non-negotiable for financial stability. It should be enough to cover at least 6 months of living expenses. If something happens suddenly and you lost your job or anything, if your monthly essential expenses, let's say 25,000, you need to have a savings of at least 1.5 lakhs as an emergency fund. So, irrespective of your age, which is required, and um, that's something it is very important. So whatever is your spending on your lifestyle or per month, at least 6 times of emergency funds need to be kept. Okay, so something which you need to focus on at any point of time. It need to be there, otherwise you are actually in a crisis situation. So understand the unforeseen circumstances, like there can be health emergencies, but still you definitely will have a health insurance, and you will also have a term insurance. These two things need to be taken in your 20s. There is no compromise. These two again are non-negotiable, because one, medical emergency is what is required to make you, poor. Okay, so definitely you need to have a health insurance and term insurance, because it is very easy to get it in your 20s with lower premium with a better coverage. So you are safe in that way from a medical emergency. And in case of some unforeseen things happen to you, your family is also safe because of the term insurance. Okay, so your emergency fund is your safety net, and that will allow you to handle unexpected expenses without, having some financial burden. Now, coming to investment strategies, we already discussed about these investment strategies. Here at this age, you can focus more on mid cap and small cap, taking more risk. Okay, so at this stage in life, you have the ability to take that calculated risk, and smart strategy is to split your SIPs among large cap, mid cap, and small cap mutual funds, and more you can give weightage to mid cap and small cap in this situation, because the growth potential is higher. So for instance, a practical allocation could be, investing a 33% in Nifty 50 index fund, 33% in mid cap index fund, 33% in small cap fund. So there's a, equally you are dividing 1 by 3. Or I would say you can even keep 20% in large cap, 30% or 40% in mid cap and 40% in small cap also, because of this age. But if you are in 30s, that need to be changed. And if you are in 40s, again need to be changed. There we will have to go for more diversification, including fixed deposits and other things also, and more into large cap, etc. That we need to change. I'm talking specifically in your 20s. You just got the job and you started saving. Okay. So this diversification basically help you to spread risk in, so that at the same time you can maximize the potential of profits also, because mid cap and small cap have a better, profit potential or growth potential. So guys, again, I repeat, investing regularly is important. That means consistency and discipline. Now, coming to the unpredictable nature of income. I'll take an example in your age, one person, and I keep referring to that person and I can discuss that. Okay. So, if you have a side hustle or freelance work that brings irregular income, it's essential to manage it very smartly. For example, a person X, okay, in freelance marketing and event planning, adding an extra 10,000 to 15,000 to the monthly income. So he's having some extra 10 to 15,000 from his freelance work, and he's adding that to his monthly income. So this type of income is, less predictable. You don't know when you will get it and when you won't get it. So what you can do is you can use it to make lump sum investments in mutual funds whenever possible. Whenever you get it, that kind of investments you can do, these kind of irregular income. So if you adopt this strategy, you don't want to worry about trying to time the market perfectly. Instead, whenever extra funds come in, allocate them to investment that align with your long-term goals. Okay, so these are irregular incomes which are not predictable, because we are discussed about freelancing and consulting and other things. So when you are doing some consultation or some events, something which you conduct, you'll get that income. So do that in this way, so that you don't want to time the market, you don't want to wait the market. As and when you get it, go with it. Okay. Now, lump sum investment. See, lump sum investing can be effective way to grow your wealth when handled properly. We discussed about this again many times. One common question that people ask is, should I wait for the market to be low to make an investment? But how can you know this is a low or this is a high? No one can predict, no one can know. The main issue with lump sum investment is that you need to time the market perfectly. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult, because if you're entering at the top, then you will have to see a bigger fluctuation and the dip. So the answer is, you don't want to overthink about it. If you have funds available, invest them. Why? Because you are in 20s. I won't say this in your 40s. You are in 20s anyway. India is growing, market will grow, you are also growing, your money will definitely. So don't worry, because you have long term, you can watch and see the things and the growth. No worry about it. Okay, so invest it. So for you, I'll definitely suggest, if you have a lump sum amount to invest, no need to time the market, invest it, because anyway, market will go in your favor. So the most critical factor here is consistency, and also the advantage of time that you're getting. Okay. So here again, you don't want to time the market. So we have discussed about, you can go for regular investment. You can get some irregular income, that also you can invest. If you have some lump sum, that also you can invest. There is no need to wait for proper timing. Now, so you see, understanding that investment, whenever possible, you will make. Whenever money is available, you will do. So it's about, whenever money is available, make your investment. Make it as saving, make it as investment, and that's more important than waiting for perfect market condition. There is no perfect market condition for you to invest, which you can get. Right? If you would have if you had money, you would have invested everything during the COVID crash. But who know what that was the low, or when the low was made? Will it make another low? So you cannot time the market. You cannot wait for it. After that, what happened? It's never stopping. It's just going up. So if you keep on waiting, you keep on waiting. The money will be with you. You won't get anything from that. Okay. So if you have money, invest it, because you have the advantage of time. You don't want to worry. It will grow up. But don't wait for market conditions. Don't worry about market conditions. That's again what I'm telling you. This session is specifically tailored for those who are in 20s. So don't worry. You can invest. Whatever specific things need to be taken into consideration, that you need to consult with your financial advisor. But this is the broad structure. Any help you need, you can get in touch with us. Right. Okay. So again, let's now put the numbers into perspective. If you start with 5,000, which I have discussed, SIP you are doing, and you're investing 6 to 7% each year. Okay. So you could accumulate around, close to 50 lakhs in the first 10 year. Okay. And let's suppose it is doubling. Okay. So 50 lakhs in the first 10 year, it may take first 10 year is what, difficult. So now you need to think about doubling. So if you're calculating on an average 15%, so 72 by 15, so you will get around 5 years, or four and a half, 5 years. So assume that it is going to take 5 years to double. So in the next 5 year, it will double again. In the next 5 year, it will double again. In the next 5 year, it will double again. In the next 5 year, it will double. So you will be getting 4 doubling effect by the time you reach, it reaches 30 years. Okay. Now you can calculate how much you get. So 4 doubling effect you will get. I'm talking about after 10 years. Total, you will have 6 doubling effect. And during this 30 years also, you are also adding. I'm talking about from the investment, whatever you generated in the first 10 years, that 50, 60 lakh, that alone is what I'm talking about now. But it's not that you stopped after 10 years, right? You are keep on investing. So that is also there. So calculate that way. Okay, so that will come around a big, huge, well, around 20 crores in 30 years. That figure will come around 20 crores. That's what I have discussed in the beginning. So even if you adjust with inflation and everything, the tax and everything, your future wealth could still equate to substantial sums such as around in today's terms, if you see, it will be around 5 crore after 30 years, even after adjusting with inflation and everything. So this shows that the tangible benefits of disciplined investing and long-term commitment and that consistency, compounding. Okay, so it's beyond finances. It's a wonder. So compounding doesn't just apply to your finances; it applies to your skills also, your experience again you are getting whenever you keep investing and you stick to that process, the kind of experience that you have, the growth that you see, the market cycles that you are part of, and the relationship also, it will get affected, right? So for example, that person that I'm talking about, for instance, started his journey giving tuitions to fund her his college fees, expenses, and later expanded to freelance work and event planning and other things. And this not only increased her income, but also compounded her confidence, the skills, and the professional network, and everything, relationships, and everything. So this is actually a magic. Everywhere it will be reflected. So the lesson you learn and the connections you make in your 20s can have a long-term compounding effect on your career and your personal growth also. Now, so what is the ultimate takeaway? Right? So finally, what I want to tell you is remember that the wealth and the success is not made overnight. It takes time. So many people in their 20s feel rushed to see immediate results and take unnecessary risk only to face setbacks. Don't do that. What you need is consistency. What you need is new learning. Okay. And what you need is compounding. What you have is the time. What we don't have and what you have is the time. You can learn, and you have many teachers and mentors, and everything is available. Okay, so true financial growth requires patience and a disciplined approach. So your 20s are the perfect time to sow the seeds of financial stability. What you do now is what actually going to decide your future, everything, because whether it is your relationship or your financial stability or your personal freedom, everything is actually decided by what you're doing now. If you're consistent, if you're disciplined now, that you will get the fruits of it for sure in the future. So stick to your investment plan. Today you need to start, adjust it as needed. Whatever help you need, you don't mind, you can ask, and trust the power of compounding. Trust your mentor. And just as my friend, the example that I have given to you, how he strategized and how she strategized in her and his approaches, you too can build a future that is financially secure and full of possibilities, opportunities, with a beautiful future ahead. So that's it, guys. That's how wealth is made. And thank you so much for watching. See you in the next session.